Are you wondering about the real estate market in Montgomery County right now? Well, that's what we're talking about today. So let's dive right in. Today is April 19th, 2021. My name's Harry Moore, and I've been helping people buy and sell real estate in the DC metro area for over 25 years. So now let's take a quick look at what's happening with Montgomery County, Maryland real estate. Today, we'll go through an overview of the March numbers for Montgomery County so you can get a sense of what happened in the real estate market last month. I've also included numbers for March of 2020, just to help you get a little historical perspective. Total actives, this year 867, last year 1,424. That's a decrease of 39%. New pendings, 1,520 this year, 1,166 last year. That's an increase of 30%. New listings, 1,664 this year, 1,570 last year. That's an increase of 6%. Expired, withdrawn, and canceled properties, 221 this year, 231 last year. That's a decrease of 4%. And total settled properties, 1,103 versus 980. That's an increase of 12%. Active inventories moved up slightly from the February number of 836. It was hard to believe it could have gotten any lower. And it's way down from the 1,424 that were active at the end of March in 2020. New pendings showed an increase both year over year and month over month. After seeing a slight dip in those numbers last month, they've jumped back up again. So it appears that demand has remained strong, even though interest rates moved up somewhat during March. The increase in new listings year over year shows that some sellers are stepping into the market to take advantage of that strong demand, but not enough to put much of a dent in the appetite of the buyers. Unlike the past couple of months, it's not the lowest number of houses for sale in Montgomery County in the past 10 years, but it's not by much. So, the sellers are still winning the lopsided tug of war that's been the reality of the real estate market for quite a while, and houses that are well priced and presented are selling quickly and often with multiple offers. But just because the market's brisk, it doesn't mean that everything is selling in a flash. There are still listings that fail to sell, as you see with the 221 properties that fell into that category in March. Next, we'll take a brief look at the days on market and list to sales ratios for the month of March. Median days on market for sold properties was 6, for active under contract properties, 7, and for pending properties was 6. The list to sell ratio was 102.2%. And the average over the past 5 years, just for historical perspective, 98.8%. Here's a rundown of sales prices for March versus a year ago. March of this year, $502,250. Last year, $465,000. That's an increase of 8%. Year-to-date numbers, $495,000 versus $450,000 for last year. That's an increase of 10%. March is usually when inventory starts to open up for the spring market, and we saw it this year. It'll be interesting to see if the upward trend for new listings continues in April and how the market reacts to that. As the weather warms up over the next couple of months, inventory will certainly start coming on the market. At least, I hope it will. I always say that everyone likes to put their house on the market when the azaleas are in bloom, and mine are just starting to pop right now. Our local real estate market continues to show strength, largely driven by the huge imbalance between supply and demand, and still very low interest rates. If you're thinking about selling your home anytime in the next 6 months to a year, and you've got flexibility, now could be a magic moment to act. If you'd like more details about how you can buy and sell at the same time, click up here to watch my recent video about that. If you feel that you're ready to buy or sell, but you've been waiting for the weather to turn or the end of the school year, then now would be the time to start planning so that you'll be ready when the time is right. You might think that it's too early, but I can tell you the whole process almost always takes longer than people expect, and you're better off being a little bit early than too late. If you'd like to see my recent video with tips about how buyers can think outside the box in this difficult market, click here. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel so you can get updates as they come out, click over there. If you have any questions for me, my contact information is below, or you can leave a comment in the remarks. Take care and stay safe.